we're like, wow, okay, me being a prior enlisted, that never happened because I only made major.
Right. Yeah.
Because I was a cocky little asshole and didn't want to, get promoted.
I was like, I don't want to make full bird.
So you fit major perfectly.
Yeah.
I was about to say, so you were a major.
Yeah.
So my former supervisor.
I jumped over when I made E7, and then because that's what I wanted. I was like, and then my uncle's he's a master guns in the Corps. He had 32 years, and he's like, if you keep this shit up, I'm like, I'm gonna whoop your ass. So just become an officer. So then I jumped over,
Right.
and I did that for my minimum. Well, I did for 12 years.
The thing that fucking killed me, one of the nurses that I deployed with, he made E7. He had all the fucking permanent profile because I was making fun of him one day for having a permanent profile, and I knew he was prior service, and I was like, oh, so you made E7? He's like, fuck you. Like, sorry, sir, you can't. You're an officer. But yeah, he was a fucking 01, fucking 01E. I'm like, by my math, that doesn't math out, motherfucker. Like, how?
No, it did, and it's not till you make 03E. That's when you kind of surpass all the same thing. Because I was paying student loans, and I'm like an 01E, and I'm like, fuck, this sucks.
Yeah.
And I'm like at a regiment, sitting waiting, and then I fast tracked. I got to 02 a little bit quicker, but still I wasn't making that much.
Right. Yeah, it's not till you.
But as soon as I became an officer, they gave me. I did a 2-year deployment with 3rd MARDIV, and they're like, boom, boom, boom. And it was like back-to-back deployments, so I got all that cool combat.
That's how we had. I did it enlisted in the army. Like you just got back. Fuck you, you're going to hill to just go back.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna do the traditional, like, just do warm ups, we're just gonna do whatever works for your body. So this mobility, set of static, we're gonna kind of, rotate, too much alone. But it's amazing. I was like, I just want to make sure that you're feeling.
Yeah, I had to go to the pain this morning, and first I got a
Order a little trying to get me right.
video station, so I'm doing the 7:30.
Oh, you're good, tell me wrong. Usually we would train with these guys as a class, but like I said, Tony's taking over the vet Monday, Friday, so he's been doing a lot of good mixed classes where he would teach like self-defense and jiu-jitsu, and a little grind and shit that we would do in the 7:30 class. So it's usually he, and then sometimes on Wednesdays, he and Dante are the ones that do the Wednesday class, and they said they're going to be more consistent with the 7:30 class, and they'll usually do no-go. I always have both, that's what I say. If you can start kind of bring both, always have your kids.
I got the one just
You're always prepared like me, I get it. I always have extra gear. Like I looked at my bag. I know. I get it. With me, because I'm stiff, and there's some things that I'm doing a lot of rotations. Yeah.
And it's because I do a lot of workouts, and I had to drive a little thing yesterday, and I'm a big pussy and sit in the truck for a couple hours.
Oh, dude, that's the new smoking. Sitting down in an office or in a vehicle. So for me, my hips, knees, and lower back, I do a lot of hip rotations, a lot of knees. Just trying to think of stepping over a hurdle, bringing that knee up if you can. Because I know you said you work on your hip, right? Yeah.
I actually dislocated, pulled it out, and broke this leg.
So you're gonna find if you ever sit in class, you keep warming up. When I find that we're not gonna do it today, but when we do close guard, when we're trying to control, that when we're working on this, I tend to expand my hips out of the sockets, and it hurts for a couple of days. So I gotta be cognizant, keep my knees in line, try to use my knee pinch instead of just trying to scissor with all the abductor muscles. I'm trying to use this tension to my ankles to rotate, and then again, steering with my knees up and down, like I tilted with the shoulders. If you can.
Yeah, I know, I do it. Except when another place I tried out in Boise, just like doing this whole, I had this nerve pain, hold my steering wheel, I'm like, I don't even know what to do it.
What's up?
The hip stuff, because white belts are just going crazy, and I'm like, hey, and I gotta hold them so hard, and I'm like, all right, here.
Yeah. No, just as you're moving and performing out, like I said, I don't need to have a structured class for this class. Depends on how many people show up. If all those guys are in here, I do a more traditional. Hey, let's line up, let's warm up, let's do forward rolls, back rolls, let's do some hip mobility. With you just getting into jiu-jitsu, coming from
Yeah, I appreciate it. If you got something else to do, brother, you just tell
this
me.
is my class. No, this is my time to teach, and I'm drilling over shit So what I'm teaching you is from white belt to black belt. It's still fundamental. My son was like, "Hey, Dad, show me the coolest, the most lethal move." I go, "Oh, what's a cool black belt move?" I go, "These are all black belt moves. You're just a white belt. You just don't know how to do them yet." Which is, you know.
Well, isn't that the Japanese theory? That they would always say, like, when you become a black belt, you're like, you master, what they would say, like, translate. It was basically, like, you're good at being, like, the fundamentals, but you're still just learning, kind of like from the beginning. The way this old guy would teach, he was 89 years old, he was really cool, though, like, listening to him and his son talk.
Very, very true.
Yeah, they're like, you just start, I'm not, like, I don't know.
No, you do. No, you do. So
It makes sense.
because of the certain job skills that we do in the military, we have personality traits. You are a professional learner. You can adapt and overcome any situation. You not maybe succeed at every situation, but you are going to adapt and overcome. Yeah. So, hey, you chose that battlefield. That's my mom is the reason why I didn't marry her. So, but my point is that knowing the fundamentals is what every high-level operator does at any profession, right? Base posture and structure is what I'm all talking about. And I do encourage people to do more mobility and flexing, but I don't do. Jiu-jitsu is my mobility and flexibility. So that's the reason why I can do this every day. So I don't take the time to warm up. I warm up by doing the slow roll hand fighting that we did the other day.
Yeah.
I just don't want you to jump into it because you're going to jump into some classes at other academies. I don't traditionally, I prefer no-gi, but I feel like the gi is like they're just, I'm not going to give up my position, and I move from 0 to 1, and I'm at 3, and I'm not moving back to 2, and I'm just going to control the shit out of it, and then there's all this tensile muscular pain later, and then I've got my neck cracked, and this guy's not really doing anything. So we're not doing jiu-jitsu, we're just stuck in this locked battle of a bad relationship. Rather be flowy and then try to trap you.
Yeah, that's why I don't watch too much of remember watching the Japanese jiu-jitsu guys. I think they flow. Like the Brazilian guy to do that open Japanese one in Tokyo. And watch it, and they just, I'm like, I like to be just a simple fact. It's kind of like the military. So if you're, some drunk guy gets crazy with you and he's got a ski jacket on. I mean, I can do a couple throws and maybe not protect my kid, but that's the only advantage I think. But other than that grip thing, that's what I notice everybody at the other place, they're just trying to just murder, the collar.
We have a black belt, he's a snowbird. I call him snowbird now. He's from here. But anyways, he's between here and California. But he's a black belt, he's broken his thumbs. His toes are literally like this when he's on the mat. They open up like little monkeys. They're all bent and crooked. And when he grabs you, he just doesn't let go. And you can hear he's like in his 50s. And you can hear him, no. He literally audibly says everything that's going on is internal monologue. And he will not let go. And it's like every match is a death match, which is good. It gives me the opportunity to get smashed for 6 months and just work on my game. But when I go, hey dude, let's do no-gi. I don't like no-gi. Let's do no-gi and try to save your hands, Joe. He's like, thanks for making me do it. My hands don't hurt as much. I'm like, well, it's cool. I don't know what to teach you other than let's try a different thing. And he's able to apply the same pressure without the grips. Good morning.
I'm halfway ski booted.
It's mother friends. So I was thinking with you, how were you as far as soreness? Shouldn't have been too much because we didn't go that much.
Yeah, I'm alright. You did good. Just got a little, my normal stuff.
Cool.
So like for sure, like you're out. That's something we're trying to do. That's not just like basic fundamental stuff. I just do it for self-defense. I'm a physical person, but then I have to like warn myself. Like I go cross country skiing and go for like 8 miles. And I'm like, oh yeah, still remind me. Okay, I'm kind of old still.
Yeah.
I always do that.
No, you're fine, but see, that's the whole thing is that you have a level of, you can tap into being tanked and exhausted, you're going to default to your lowest level of training. So that's why I was going to encourage fundamentals, and then I'll go over some grimy stuff that I call self-defense, or in law enforcement, I'll call it the 10-10 situation where that's the oh shit. Hey, use of force or fucking, I'm now fighting for my life. So if I'm in this position, I'm worried about social media, and I don't put the knee on the back because I don't want to do a George Floyd, so I put my knee over the kidneys and this and that, and I see a weapon, I'm fucking eye gouging, I'm ripping ears, I'm fucking grabbing inside of the mouth, I'm fucking pulling them, I'm fucking prying fingers apart, because now I can articulate exactly why. But if I'm exhausted because I'm desperate, because I'm doing Gracie, nothing against Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. But what I'm saying is there's certain academies that, I'm not gonna let you control your wrist. I'm just gonna be a wet fucking. Think of it like I want to try to be a water bottle, a water bag on something. The moment they move, I shift my weight. I'm just gonna be floating on you, and I'm gonna try to use my 215, 210 pounds, whatever I'm weighing that morning, to just be like, okay. And I'm shorter, so I gotta really extend my reach. You don't. So we're just gonna work on right now. It's just like shrimps, technical get-ups, and then side control escapes. I wouldn't call them escapes, but repositioning. So jiu-jitsu is taking away as much space and when I'm offensively, and defensively I'm trying to create space. Real simple, right? But shrimps, instead of me just watching you do shrimp, I'm just gonna go break it down, because my first 6 months I did them incorrectly until my one coach saw me in the lunch. He goes, "The fuck, you're doing it wrong." So, whatever foot you're gonna do, I'm trying to bring my feet, and I'm trying to load them up on the balls of my feet instead of my heels. People tend to do these outside ones. Ball on my feet, I'm going to this shoulder. I can't arch my back. My spine is like I'm a caveman. So I'm really trying to arch my back and come over, and if I can arch like a wrestler on my head, I would crank that or crank the shit out of it. I can't do it. You have maybe she was convinced that first fucking 10 seconds, I'm like, you're not just a baby. But they usually have this great arch their back and they can do this. So what I encourage people who might have constricted skeletal muscles is think of an opposite ball of the foot. I get my shoulder, I'm thinking looking over my eyebrow, but I'm also encouraging my movement by rotating my shoulders more. So what this does is it tries to elevate my hips up. I'm trying to really get that to be my muscle out. And I'm really just, I feel a good hip stretch. So that when I'm under someone, I'm getting my feet in position, I'm shoulder locking, and I'm exploding. But I'm not going for that explosion just now, because if I just do this, there was no arch in my back when I was small like that.
Roll you into probably more flat position.
Yeah. And this is all slow down.
Yes.
Yeah. So I want you to feel like you're doing it correctly. I want you to plant your heel and try to do it off your heel. That's incorrect.
This
Yeah.
is incorrect.
You can feel that it's just not as effective.
I don't have as much motion range.
Your muscle memory is great because you're ready to fight on the ball of your foot. But the inexperienced grappler will always go through you.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's just something that I
Doesn't
don't
feel
do.
weird. And nobody taught me this, but this is what I'm seeing. I need to get my little stubby fucking core off the ground.
Are you putting this flat like that?
You can do that, you are flat. Sometimes we'll do it under different situations, we'll straight down. Or we'll go back straight. You can. It just depends on one or the other. And this is just getting your range of motion. This is my one. I wouldn't do this one up, I usually want to set one up. I don't do this position. And so then a shrimp, I practice this at home. I just sit and watch TV and I'm just saying, boom. Now I'm straightening my leg up and I'm just trying to get the reps in. Trying to get the reps in. It can be a cardio, or it can just be nice and slow movement for range of motion, getting that muscle memory in there. And then as we progress, what we'll do is, now I'm going to start walking my head north. I'm going to shift my ass east and west. So if I'm focusing on this foot, my ass is going to go that way, and I can straighten this and keep this out here, but I'm not keeping it. What I'm trying to do is, and I'll start going back. Boom. I'm almost creating a shrimp position, making a C with my hands in the direction I'm moving away from. And this only helps if I load this as close to my butt as I can. I can't bring my head and my ass that low. But if I go shallow, I won't need it. If I load it up, I can start really shrinking it. Yeah. If you can. Yeah. You. Better.
Sorry, it's good.
Yeah. You can do the same side if you want to do the same side.
Okay.
Yeah. If one side hurts, yeah. The whole thing is with this is just getting that range of motion. Cool. Yeah. So you may have learned to shrimp before?
Yeah, we did some, but not, it was different split like that. It was like, because the whole, the toe, keep it close to the butt because you get combat boots on and whatever you know. But, yeah, some of those simple techniques that, just in positions of your, doing the body out.
I get it. And you're dragging it. You got all that extra foot. You are dragging. Then you get your head with your heel. And we're going to do the same situation, but we're going to pretend like I threw you on the ground and I straddled you. I'm ready to ground and pound. All I want you to do is simulate that shrimp. Doesn't matter which side. The one side doesn't hurt. As you bring your hands out, I want you to frame on my shins. Yep. And now we'll just move up, and we're going to do it one more time. Yeah. Normally you go left and right, but for your injury, I don't want you to worry about it. You can see the advantage of you shooting your ass out instead of thinking it's going north. You're starting to go this way, and now bringing this knee up creates a shield. You're putting two of your tools in front of you. Yeah. If you need to, you can frame here. You don't want to grab it. You can frame, start bringing this knee back up, and then you can do an up kick from here. Go right in my nuts or jaw, right in my jaw. This creates those things. Yeah. So this is where traditional jiu-jitsu and self-defense overlap. What I like to do too, when I have newer practitioners, I consider you not. I consider you intermediate because you have a wealth of grappling and fight experience IQ. So I'm going back to fundamentals so that we cover them, and then we're going to just advance a little faster. So with this, I wouldn't usually teach people this the first day, but I tell them this is something to put in your hip pocket and get back to it. But you're probably going to do this shit. So as I'm fighting, I'm keeping my tools in front of me. I get knocked back. What they tend to hear a lot is a technical game. And you've seen this before, is I'm trying to post almost like I'm shrimping, but this person's not now pouncing on me, they're not getting that mounted ground pound. So I'm kicking. And as they move around, I'm kicking. If I can kick them back to create some space, I'm going to get one foot up. I'm going rotation, shoulder, elbow, hand. Now you're a lot taller than me. When you get up to your elbow, you're probably still taller or higher than I am. But you'll see mechanically how it's easier for me to get up to my knee once I'm up on my hand. Getting up on this knee, keep my hand out, keeping myself defensive. So all we're going to practice is from here, boom, kick. So, and the bicycle kick, sometimes you may do that,
Let me just do this.
but you're not as powerful as if we can post one on the ground and try to get a heel kick or the ball of the foot, because you don't want to overextend and lock that knee out. If it hurts your hip,
You do one of these,
yeah.
and then
So it's simulating.
I remember.
Yeah, we teach these up kicks because self-defense, that stomping mechanism, or basically stomping, using your back straps, your glutes, your major muscles. So if I come in and you can reach, you can probably up kick right to my chest, it's my sternum, you can blow out my knee, beautiful. You can feel that extension. So once you create that space, when you extend out and I stagger back, this is when you start working on doing your technical get up. Beautiful. Yeah. You're ready to jump on that knee. So you can. No.
I think we're talking like this, you can go like this. Yeah.
You can. You can. So what I do, because sometimes I'm kind of like a little, I don't realize how I move differently than most people, is I'm in this position and I'm kicking, I don't really lower the leg that I just kicked with. I'll use that and replace it with my hand. So that I'm trying to keep them away if they advance to me. So here, what I do is I roll up to my shin, but what they teach in traditional is posting all your weight on this way and you're stepping back. So get right up. The problem that I do is if I'm slow, they can just push me and I'm still on my knee. What you did correctly, I just kind of was like, oh yeah, you took this leg and you already went back. You're skipping a step. I just kind of make it easy for myself. Just because sometimes my hip freezes up, but you did it perfectly well. So for fighting, I get caught up. Break up. Okay. Boom. Technical stand up. So, all right, you go. Boom. Shrimp. Shrimp. Elbow shrimp. Keeping my hand out. Technical get up. So from here. Can you do a break fall to the back?
Yeah, I can. I should
So-
get it.
so-
The guys, I gotta keep it easy.
Yeah, and you're gonna go slow, so I'm not pushing. So the rest of it is gonna be right here. We're gonna take a couple steps forward. We're gonna take a step back. We're gonna lower our butt, tuck our chin. Vertical, shrimp, shrimp. Up kick if you want. Elbow shrimp. Technical kick up. So a couple of steps back. Lower your butt, tuck the chin, break fall, up kick, or shrimp, whatever you feel like you need to do. Yeah. Shrimp. And then keeping one hand out. Yeah. And then once you do that, keep one hand out and do a technical kick. Yeah. And now if we do it now, you do that same speed, you do the same thing, but now I'm just going to be advancing. Not even going to touch it, except with your hand. I'm going to push you, take 2 steps back, break fall. Boom. And also, no, slowly do, because now all I'm saying is I'm trying to touch your shoulder. Trying to touch your shoulder. So you're not necessarily trying to parry, but you're just simulating strikes and you're trying to grab. Right? So I'm gonna come up to you, and you're on the shut thing. I'm gonna push you, boom. You can see it on yeah. You do the same thing in this one, you do the same thing. Usually I have a microphone, it's easier to hear, but here you just did this. Push it. That's self-defense, I can get it.
Yeah.
I see you're
I'm
going.
not very trying to memorize the steps.
You're good.
I stay present.
I'm breezing through a lot of the, we would progress to this, but I'm showing you this because this is one self-defense, but it's also basic jiu-jitsu where you're probably not going to be in this not here. But if we do fall, you are going to shrimp. So knowing how to shrimp in an oh shit situation is going to help you understand how to shrimp when you're straddling. And here, put your feet in near my armpits. Like you're gonna stand over me and don't squat just down. Like if you were just to throw palm strikes right now, right? You can drop knees, you can do all kinds of things. So what I gotta do is I gotta protect myself. But I ain't doing shit yet, right? So I'm probably gonna have to protect. That's right. So I am taking shots to the face, and I'm in a bad situation. Maybe I'm drunk. Maybe I'm trying to get out if I can. I'm just covering and blocking the shit. I'm gonna need these gloves. But I'm also getting ready to attack your waist. Already lost that situation. So that's where the shrimp comes in. But if you do a shitty shrimp with no one on, you're gonna do a shitty shrimp with someone on. Because your stress levels are gonna increase. Everybody thinks they're gonna rise up to bring the ray and our soft status, right? But man, I watch a lot of fucking movies. I remember. So
like, because you're trained for war, man. You're in the MMA. It's different. Yeah, it's totally different. These guys are primed to just go ballistic for 3 minutes. You're primed to go ballistic for 9 months. And they're different, like, different pace and tone. It's like, you know, they ask us, you know, the desert, they're like, hey, we're talking about like cop stuff for some guys, and my friend keeps escalation force. I'm like, yeah, we don't do that. We're not cops. We wouldn't know first. You can give us a class on it, but don't ask us to do it more. Totally different, you know. Yeah. I love that.
My wife is when you went through there, shoot her face.
Shoot in the face.
Shoot her face. What are they waiting for? Why are they waiting for that guy? Yeah. What are you doing? So, let me just go down. And, nice and slow for the review is, I'm trying to simulate that I'm going to touch your face, or I'm obviously not. And you're just going to try to protect yourself from here. And you're still trying to get those plants, get your ass here. And once you do get your knees or your shins in front of you, you can then start using another hand to frame or grip. Because the moment you get here, as long as you're on the left side, if you get here, and I'm still trying to, I want you to, using this protection hand, grab my wrist. Doesn't matter which hand you do, right? The moment you do this, do another strike. What happened to my base and my posture? I'm about to go over and I'm about to get shot. So, as we're flowing, like when we were doing our hand warm up the other day, I'm trying to underhook over, I'm trying to move, I'm not losing my base. I'm not getting set, I'm not crossing my feet, I'm not heel line. Same thing with this. I'm still trying to shrink, I'm still trying to protect myself. But as I'm framing, I'm gripping and framing. I'm gonna get something or I'm not. I'm trying not to get that shot, I'm trying not to get that up. So that same concept of fighting from the bottom and turn it down. Let's say I get you on the ground, I kind of know what I'm doing, or I do a good takedown, I get the side control. Or side, it's all called the same thing. This fighting from this position and stripping and framing and fighting over there is also a good way to be doing wrestling. So what I'm going to do from side control when I'm on top, I explain the offense so you can know how to deconstruct it through your defense. And immediately flip it to your sleeve or whatever. So if this is your body, listen to this and see what my little calm my kid now. But I've got a lot more hip mobility now. I'm trying to spread my hips so that my knees are in contact with the body. I'm using them as wedges. And I'm trying to wedge my one that's closest to your hip. Depends on what's on. Right? So the lowest one that's nearest your hip, I'm trying to get my knee and my thigh under your butt cheek, almost to where your hamstring is. The one that's closest to your head is going underneath your deltoid. I'm almost creating a pillow with my kneecap to your ear. So, I want to take up this space. I'm not trying to bear it. Getting this first, let me tell you first. And then, as I make this connection, I'm going to put my elbow around this area and draw an imaginary connection line right through your hip, through my elbow to my knee. This one, if I can get it underhook on your head, I'm bringing my elbow here. Then we're going to reverse that until it is to widen my elbow in front. So if I'm here, I'm not squeezing the shit out of you, I'm not controlling you. So if you try to get out, I'm trying to get that blanket or water bottle. So if I try to move around, there's no squeezing. Nobody got that. I want you to roll your back if you can. Roll to your left shoulder into roll. Call that a back position. I thought I had you, but my connection, you created your hand through me.
Because your hand was out, it was over my
Spine, everything is focused on controlling the muscle. I want you to connect this elbow through my hip. As I move my hips, your thigh, your right thigh, is either letting it move into you, and then you're adjusting, or if I'm making space, the elbow's letting you move, and then you're just taking that space with your knee. Just keep it. That's frustrating, because you're not really trying to be difficult, but you're like, give me enough room to get shot. And then I want you to connect this elbow and this thigh if you can. This is going to go almost to your IT band. So bring your knee in. Right there. Yeah. Try to bring it up towards my hip a little bit. Now, see how your hips just went back and your ass was over your feet? You Does this hurt your hips or your ankles?
That's okay.
Okay, so, yeah, so right here, your control is with this knee and elbow connection, and this knee and elbow connection. But there's no connection. It's that. This head is becoming sweet, nothing's on my chest, on my heart. That's why I'm spraying, sorry. That's why I'm spraying, and I can't get this elbow. The more you connect this elbow to this thigh, I can't get this spring, and I can't get this spring. I'm just gonna have to squirt. And with your mobility, I want you to drive this chest, just keeping this stuck. Lift your right knee if you can and put it on my hip pocket, hip socket, almost like in front of my hip pocket, without moving any of your body. Just rotate and lift that knee up. Now you're starting in my belly. But you're not being greedy with that. You've just got the right hip. This is keeping this shoulder here, this is cross lateral. I can't swim. I can't bring, I can't bridge. That's the technique that we need to do.
Wow. Yeah, that's.
The gi is effective when it's effective. If you can do this in the gi and you got wrist, bro.
Yeah, that's.
But these aren't neat body positions for you, but they've never been broken down into this is why they're effective.
Yeah, I was just too light on the markets, BDUs, and just benching them.
It's there, but it's like fighting from a trying to shoot. A lot of different shooting, but when you're just a novice at shooting, you have to have a stable platform. Right? Some people can't get out, but what this is used to create base posture instruction. All of this is base posture instruction. You know, we're not on our feet. My base. My spine is straight. So even though I got my head up, I'm not tucking my chin. I'm keeping my head, my chin up, and I'm putting that ear into your heart, and I'm keeping my spine strapped straight. Because even though you don't feel it, as soon as your chin comes in, that allows me to elevate your hips up over your head. So when you do what you did to me, I'm going to do to you. As you try to get out, you push back.
Yeah, my neck actually can't go any further back.
Yeah, I know.
No, it's good. You just can't go back. You go forward.
Yeah, it's a downward going. So I'm going to get my elbow here. It's not traditional, but I'm going to try it out. And as you move around your face, going and try, let's get one right down. Feel that? I'm not using my hands. My center of gravity is on this side of the hemisphere, or this center half. This kind of, Tanner teaches that, think of it as that one. The moment I go over, my sternum is going to be over yours.
Yeah.
My center of gravity is now on this side. Yeah, so even though I think my hips are down low, they're not. I'm actually up.
Yeah.
So when I get here, I click myself. I widen my knee and I walk this into your head. Bring my ass back, and I'm folding my ass back as much as I can. My hips are feel like a pinch for me. Right now I'm getting an impingement like that. But you can feel it from here and here.
Yeah.
And if I barricade you here, that's when you can sweep me. But if I start losing my position, all I do is I think of this shoulder, hip, and I put my hand here. Now I'm letting you carry it. Right now you can feel how much I'm there. This is me being nice.
Yeah. No, I didn't. In that situation, you got to push.
Yeah. So all I'm going to teach you from here is so you can that connection. I go to swan eagle in the morning. I put my weight on my elbow. I put my weight on my thigh. And my chin. When I'm going like thigh, I'll underhook and I'll lift up my weight. And I put my forearm on them. And I'm driving with my toes diagonally over this. Diagonally over the hip. And I'm driving my head into the shoulder. So that's what you're going to feel from me when you're doing this. Nice. Or I'm doing the shoulder with hip. And then I'm not. That slight adjustment is invisible jujitsu. That's what the grandmasters can do so effectively. Yeah. So this is a reverse judo side. So if you're coming in here, for some reason you're feeling down belly, then you're going to bring your right leg through to my body. So you're going to have your right leg team. You're going to bring the seam up a little bit. So you can rotate your hips. Yeah, so let me just sit up. This one's going to open up so that this knee can come in a little side control? So, because you're taller than me, you can have focus on where is your heart relation to mine. So if you keep on this right line of mine, that's where you want. And when you start going, you just adjust by scooping your ass back all the way on your knees. Notice how you just shift it back. That's a good position. So, if for some reason I'm feeling like you have my leg really blocky, try to do that reverse to your side. Push your left foot, rotate your right knee up and under. You're active. You feel how your ribs just touch mine? Just, I want you to feel, I want you to shift your weight just back a little bit. But your knees should be off the ground. This forearm right now is fine. You can rest your weight on that. But if you can trap my forearm right here, put all your weight on me. And I want all your focus to be on this. And I want you to do it with my head or my shoulder. So the team, I want your weight to be on my forearm on myself. Bring your elbow down. Bring your elbow through. Just be at the forearm. Your forearm is kind of almost smacking my bicep. Yeah. Okay. So now your weight should be off the mat. It should be on me on this one. I felt this adjustment. So as I move, you still have control. Try to find. You can go right to mount me on belly, or you can start throwing punches if you want to. From this position, you can get this long arm of yours. Put your fingers in my armpit from this hand. You know, so I'm right, or my armpit. If I try to throw a punch, you can block with your right arm. Or you can go and start throwing blows. Go and keep this hand here, create space for your head, and just punch me in the face or punch me in the ear. So, who's that advantage? Yeah. And it comes from this control.
And then you said you could try to mount.
Yeah. No, you did.
Dude, kind of your size, I'm just gonna try to put some punches behind it.
Well, yeah. This is jiu-jitsu, but it's applicable to combat and self-defense because you're controlling. But we're not worried about getting kicked or punched in jiu-jitsu on the mats. So we're working on shrinking and frames. So now, knowing that offense, what do I need to do? I need to create frames. I need to get my forearm or elbow underneath the closest hip that's in my head. And I need to get my forearm and my wrist, which I'll explain to you why it's on my wrist, under your collar and under your chin. So when you get into this, I want you to always be in the habit of thinking this way. It's going to be easy for you, but in traditional jiu-jitsu, they go, okay, we're in side control, and then the bottom one, the person at the bottom just lays there, all right, do whatever you need to. I want you to always be loaded and framed in that Irish slow position. So, okay, we're doing top side control, get in the side control. Get in the position I told you to be on top. Go ahead. This is how I'm starting. This is not how you want to start. I got my tools in front of me. I'm loaded. I'm loaded with bridge, I'm loaded with shrimp, and I'm loaded with frame. You can't get your sleep apneas with your head on my heart. You can't get your knee and elbow connected. Your knee and elbow is compromised because of creating space. So this is where I mentally give myself an advantage every time. Because the way I train is when I'm in a fight. If I fall on the ground, I'm going to for a split second. So my training is, as soon as I'm immediately going to my little phone in that position. And it looks so cool, like, oh man, it's so good. No, I don't want to get fucked up.
You want to get dead or get fucked up.
But if I'm like doing 1,000 reps, so
No, that's just like, call it the lazy brain, just not doing something.
yeah, nobody ever says that. Like, when they tell us to wrestle up and scramble, if you get into this scramble position and you both fall, it's hard to teach the kids. Spring up. So we do these drills where we lay them head to toe. You've seen them.
Oh, yeah.
Head to toe. First person comes up and you go chest to chest on top. Fight on top. Dominate on top. Maintain your position. Same thing with this. Whenever we fall, I'm already coming down like, fuck. I'm waiting for it to come down. So this one, what I'm trying to do is start as a disadvantage and you think you're good offensive position. I don't have any frames. I'm being a lazy partner. You have your sweet up here. You're denying me to get in here. You're denying this elbow. Or you can deny this elbow or two ways. Bring your knee and elbow together. That's causing problems for your hip. Once you overlook this like a shotgun, you grab the back of my chest like this. You're still keeping your head down. But you bring this left elbow back. Cut the back of my tricep a little bit lower. Now pull it to the ceiling. Now bring your knee in. I got no frame. I can try to get here, but this is why we keep that head cam. If you turn towards me, which you still can do, I can kind of go here. I can kind of cross here. Here, yeah. And if I start driving here, why don't you drive your head in my jaw? Those little adjustments is your control. But don't forget that connection to my elbow. Through your elbow to your knee, to your right. You're doing all this simultaneously. This is control. The way I get out of these bad situations, I try to load my feet, and I try to block. Now, obviously, I'm not worried about punches, but I'm trying to rock my shoulder, pointing my arm to the ground. Trying to get this out of the way. Trying to get this out of the way. And then I'm trying to get my toes through. I'm flying my way in. So, there's a bunch of different ways to get there. You can feel all I need to do is try to get it open. I'm shoulder locking, I'm locking. We don't want to hold their bodies like this, because what happens in my apartment, if I have the back, I put my feet here, and you go to judo side control, do a hip switch, you're going to arm lock yourself, and I can break my wrist here, all the way here. What we do is a karate chop, or we make this. If we change anything in how you get that side control, I don't want to do this. You can't feel it. But if you hip switch, drop this in my, drop your left hip now, lift your right knee up in the air, let's put it that way. And rotate. See that rotation? You can feel you can lock my wrist. So we're going to create a karate chop or make this. Okay. Doesn't change anything. For me, yeah, but it's safe.
That's what gets it free.
Or sometimes that's all I get. I'm trying to just get that inside. That's what I talk about the grab or reference or what. That little hit. That's what I'm going for. Don't do too greedy. They get stuck. Sometimes with taller people like you, if you feel someone over you, you can stable the chin or one bicep. You just adjust your weight. Now. Because you're going to adjust your weight. Now open your head, open your mouth, open your punches. Or you just kind of do that. So I gotta be conscious. Quiet, guys. Make you think you're trying to get my hand. So, no, be sure to adjust anything my friends in front. Show me. Pretty space. Trying to break up. So we'll just start with friends. You'll only this part. If you go too far here, what I'll end up doing usually is I'll let someone turn on the hyperextend all these things in here. And it makes you so I'm trying to make you feel comfortable. So the less you have, the more you're going yourself structure this whole thing. With this one, you're palming down on the clavicle. But instead of being your tricep, it's almost like a wrist flip. The more I press it, your forearm's stronger. And the more I use that bone and that wrist flip, you don't use any of these muscles. Because if you just try to push and bench me, you know, you see that, the more I press it down, that little wrist flip is so powerful. And all you're doing is cranking it forward. How's the bitch? You know,
Yeah, so it has nothing to do with power, honestly.
no, well, the power's there, but you don't need it. You're longer than me, so. There's so many detail here. When we try to get this knee and this elbow together, right here, it's called side grab. Okay? But it's hard because I'm trying to keep my hip to hip. Okay? What we always end up doing is we think that from here we're going to bring that knee. And I want you to think of, is this hip okay?
It's good.
I want you to rotate that knee, that foot. So the foot's higher than you. Look at where your knee's at now, you have a downward angle. Whereas if your foot is lower, it's only going to go up. So as you're trying to sneak in, what you didn't feel is that I elevated my foot above my knee, and I smacked that whole foot down.
Yeah, because it's harder. It doesn't mechanically won't work.
Is the only thing on that side so it's better? Is it better on this side?
It's okay, you got it.
Because I'm not going to put pressure. What I want you to do is get that, and it's just there. So you get your frames. I'm going to be in here. You don't have to just yet. You got your frames. Work on that wrist foot. Work on your elbow position, my hip socket. So I'm going to here, I want you to be here.
Finish the correct shot.
Yeah. So normally I'd be on your neck. I'm not going to do that. I'm not pushing that back. My hand's going to get back here. Normally I would be under your neck. So you can feel more pressure in. I don't like it. So I'm going to probably try to go north. That's what you start right there. That's what you So what I want you to do is, can you hold, is your shoulder, can you hold my head and your bicep?
Yeah.
Okay, so,
Shoulders next to them.
cool. Hold me, bend me, don't let me pull my head apart from your shoulder. Cool. Now, I'm not giving it too much effort, just enough.
Yeah.
There's more effort than I want to put into it.
Yeah. That's it.
So I want you to know, use two hands if you want to get over it and hold my head, try to keep it together. Ready? No, good. What did I do different?
You used your spine kind of like that one grip like that on the Russian, like you just arch your spine.
So without the cross, this is what I did. My focus was not driving my knee down as much as I'm framing on your hip. So I am, it feels like I'm driving my knee into your crotch or your belly, but I'm using my back straps and my glutes, and I'm extending my head away. These frames are just connected so you don't punch me. You see that extension?
Yeah.
I'm not back straps. I can.
Yeah. You don't have the time or energy to keep doing it.
It's my back straps, it's my glute.
The lower glute.
That's what I'm saying, not just, I'll do yours myself. Alright, because it's your right hip, it was.
Well, they're both pretty messed up. The left is actually probably the worst one.
And these are just reps to get in. So that when you do get in that situation, like, well, where am I supposed to go? This is a lot of information. This is like 30 minutes of class. So you're good. Yeah, I get it.
I have some blank spots.
This is great. This is great. I like the way you start.
Just did that.
Once you feel those muscles out,
Yeah, that's what I felt.
Yeah.
Do it like that.
It doesn't matter how much I double down, you got stronger. The more I'm resistant, you get stronger.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you didn't change in your effort or there's a combat motion.
This, I just keep it planted, keep it flat. I just,
You're going to be able to do a lot of things with that one right now. Right now, we're using this because you're framing this. And once you get in here, you can still keep this connection. You can start with other attacks from here, which is so you can keep it close. Right now, we're just going to try to plug this. But yeah, there's so many other things. Shut the position. The more I fight, the more I'm giving you that mistake.
yeah, it's just the gaps get bigger.
Yeah. So I'll show you what I do. You can do it as appropriate.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. But you can understand how, if I'm a rookie, but I know enough MMA to watch that I'm watching UFC and grapple and nobody can drink. If I get to try to punch you from that position, you do attack over. Your length, once you're framing, you attack over. If I'm throwing punches, it's not good. That's it. Now you don't have to think of shame or anything, obviously. Right. So you fuck up on things. But I'm gonna let you feel that I do in a grappling situation like that. When I feel that in me, I'm just gonna avoid it when it's not to their side.
Yeah, the counter.
Yeah. So we're going here. Shut it down. I'm trying to, I'm not giving that
That's
energy.
interesting, one way.
No, you're good. And that's what you need to use your length. But the moment I feel that sidebar coming in, he's gonna, all he has to do is step, I'm done. I gotta shimmy around more stuff, or I gotta hop over. So I'm trying not to cartwheel over because I don't wanna get hurt just doing some stupid shit to show you how cool I am. But you can feel the difference. As soon as I felt you giving me pressure and resistance, I felt that. And it's not being lazy, it's just that I'd rather be dynamic. And what I do is I get here. What people are then doing is they double down on these knees, and they go, I'm just gonna hold you. What I do is I, instead of holding you, so you can't get things out of exactly.
Grab on like how we do how they teach the Marine Corps. Of course, they're not fighting you just roll grips.
Well, these positions you're not gonna get in, you'll see them there. Yeah. So we're getting here, you're starting to lose some advantage. You're doing your significant things, I can't hit you, I get you. Yeah, if you can't get this connection, you grab my tricep. Whatever works for you. That tricep, or you can go inside the line. You go to that one, yeah. that one, or either that knee hook, what I call is coming up under my neck and grab my armpit on the far side of this. It goes up and over my front of my deltoid. This one comes almost like a reach for my chest. This right hand is going to come up over my shoulder, so it's under my armpit, and it's coming to the front of my armpit with this hand. And you're using your middle finger almost like that's what you're, yeah, but you just have to hook on the tendons in my armpit. You feel that? That's called a knee. That's what my and what this does, it cranks the shit out of my neck. It doesn't hurt, but I want you to do that either. Do that shotgun control, because now I can't rotate my shoulders and get frames. Or you can compromise me by giving me a frame. Or giving me a crossface. Get this knee hook under, and you'll see how it compromises my neck. Get this, go under, go my arm, the front of my armpit, the front of my armpit, this one. Now I want you to roll your knuckles forward like a reverse horizontal throttle, and look how much my crossface, your shoulders out prevent me from turning out. For me to turn and bridge, I have to turn. I have to use this foot. I can't turn. So my only option is to go this way. But I can't, because now you got me control. So what you want to do is let me go one way and you decide which way you want to sit in. But right now, if you're just in a safety situation and you're not worried about a +1 or another guy kicking you in the back of the head, control, you're taking up that space, but you're using it, not losing your control. You're feeling to get this in, yeah. You can decide what you want to do. I'm not making that exception.
So that I can come up.
You give me a shoulder adjustment, you make my head turn that way. I can no longer turn my knee and go that. I don't like that. I like that. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what you want. Now, think of where your center of gravity is. Beautiful. Doesn't take a lot of effort. What you're doing is gaining back the strength and the effort for a technique.
The hands, you do the knee and the gut. I didn't like that one because they can push it off.
So the knee on belly, there's a lot of different ways to do it. For law enforcement, I try to teach, think of it as a control position, either whether it's belly down or belly up. Trying to see. The best way I can explain it is in gi, what I would do is call the impaler. I put this underneath your diaphragm and grab your knee pan, like right on the outside of your outside knee. I'll show you, but I won't do it to you. And I'll grab this collar and just basically drive my knee into your sternum.
Right. Because if you have.
Right. So I'm calling this the impaler.
Yeah.
So even if you have a weapon or anything like that, I'm bucking you up.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let you cook. So I'm using all my weight. There's no weight on it. All my weight is in a down position and I'm driving you here.
Okay.
And I'm extending right here. So a no-gi, I'm just underneath that outside knee tendon, collar tie the neck, and I just, same thing, fold you. I'm not going to do it to you, but I'm going to show you what I mean. I know you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get right there. And when I have that knee, I'm trying to get right here, trying to get here, and I'm pulling this. And you can see how fucking ridiculous that is. If I can't get anything here,
Then up.
I don't really care. Because my next move is boom, boom, driving down. You're gonna want me to pass. Doesn't really matter. But when I teach law enforcement, I'm not gonna put weight on your hip, but I teach law enforcement just sit on the other side. So that if I can't control, I'm trying to control the shoulder. So I am gonna put more weight on it normally, and I do close sets. All my weight's on this hip and the shoulder. It'll be on that shoulder. That feels okay. That's right. So I do weight on there. So whatever you try to do, you move if you're too slow from it. And so we're content. Go to my tools. Once I create space, that's the only time I do my tools. Yeah. Or if I'm on person, I'm here, I'm committed. But here,
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Yeah.
or on the on belly, let me back up. Right? I go down right here. So the knee on belly, because they can start moving, gives them an advantage. But if I go just to the knee on hip, move their belly down, trying to go across their hips from the kidneys, they can't do anything with tongue down to go down. I'm just on this. If I get you on the ground, if I just go this is too straight. Or I'll go across the hips, right? So this is what I do. But what are they gonna do when they feel this? If I got this hip, I know I'm closer to. Everybody wants to do a push-up. That's right. And if you don't want to do it, if you're not compliant, and I'm trying to arrest you, I'll go into primary needs this. I'm not going to do it to you because cause burning. I reach in. Once I reach in here, you know, so what I'm using is my forearm to pry and roll my shoulder. And it cranks the shit out of this. So if you can do it, once you practice that knee on the belly, whatever closest to your side of my neck, just put your outside hand on the opposite shoulder. So when you cross the line. So if you're on my right side, sitting to the right knee, you're trying to find that sweet spot. You can put your weight on it. It's mostly like top of your shin, right at your kneecap. That's a perfect position. You can go further over, which you're overly committed. You know, the right hand put on my shoulder. Great, keep staying with your left leg. All your weight should be on my hip. Left side, right side. Now, from here, if you want to posture up, you can posture up and look around. If my hip, I'm not really going to block it. See, I want you to try to keep your toe off the ground so that your weight is on me. Now, you can put it on my sternum. Lean good, cut my head, outside of my knee tendon. I want you to posture up. Now, I want your head up at the ceiling. No, I want you to look at me, I want you to posture your whole. Now, pull my face towards you. Drive that knee in my chest. Just an inhale. You can do that. You can keep that position going to surface and on top of you and move around. Yeah, right. Really good. Here we go. Now, let's change to this. Put a little weight on my knee. Put a little weight on my chest. Control a little better here. So I'll teach law enforcement this instead of trying to do it. They can do the deal all they want. You can keep it here. You can keep it here. But knowing that this is all you need. But the moment you commit to cross shin, it's in check, certain hips. Same thing if I'm down on my stomach. You're still doing it on level. So if I'm here, put your knee on this kidney or whoever on the side of it. Your right foot should be off the ground, all your weight's on your knee. Right? And you're using your hands on the shoulder blades. It's mostly your right side hand. You have this hip, this one. So as I move around, just want you to stay on top of me and start. I have to give you these. The moment I do this, you just reach under, grab my wrist, go back. And once you go forward, you don't need that thumb. Roll that thumb forward, roll your nose forward. So I have to do this. So you're almost encouraging me to do a push-up.
Yeah.
Or stay here.
Okay.
Push my head on one side. People eat that shit that always throws their own up. Yeah, you're fine. You don't need that thumb now. Once you're here, yeah. Go deep, roll those fingers. I'm going to try to resist. So I want you to hold your left shoulder and use your left forearm to pry against the inside of my bicep. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Okay.
It wouldn't be muscle to muscle.
So this prevents me from moving that hand forward. But once I reach in, I'm hooking in as deep as I can, and I'm prying. Yeah. All right. And it's great. I love this shit because no one really. They taught me this in different classes, but I haven't break it down. Why is it effective?
I like this. This is my definitely my arena.
Yeah, because I know you got the physical ability and the athletic experience, like we can go and have like 1 hour for that session. But that's not what we're at. We're going to reinforce the fundamentals so that in a month you're like putting it all together and like, holy shit, this guy's got a tank. And he's naturally, because you're already doing things that you're technically good at. That's actually the correct way, traditionally correct way. This is what I do this way and for that. You know what I mean? So this is how it helps me. So, yeah, I learned how to do hip hop, so go watch my 7-year-old do it. You know what hip hop sweep is? From closed guard, when someone's here, I'll show you that guard. I got someone in closed guard, and I can't trap. I do an arm bar like this. What I'll do is they'll posture up, so their head will go up and they'll start to sit up. I'll come hook here, and I swing them. And what I was failing to do my first 2 years of jiu-jitsu is I was come up here trying to power people over, coming from my shorter elbow. And I saw my son in the third class, he just went, actually what I taught you today is what I took from my son, teaching his class on, he was right. I don't do that.
The little bodies are so nimble and new. Just, you know.
He helped me teach us his class, and I'm so proud of him because
It's awesome.
he doesn't like public speaking. He doesn't like being on the spotlight. Dad, I don't want to teach you this as a pro. You've been doing this for 8 years. You're 14. I don't want to fight. I go, you don't have to.
It's a nice that I was happy.
What do I do if I don't want to? Warrior and guard, warrior and guard. So yesterday, there were 46-year-old who wasn't intimidated. And then at the end, he was actually showing moves. And I showed him, I said, this is my son, Derek Charlie. And we started doing half fighting. What the fuck was good now? You know, so I'm going,
Awesome.
I didn't know how to adults, I'm going, I go, okay, he was so guard. And he did this little leg trip. and there's 46-year-old, you know, I go, and they're like, ow, oh no! I'm like, he knows jujitsu, right? That's awesome. And then at the end, my son says, hey, you should do this again. I said, yeah, let's do it again. I go, what is it? I was like, that's too much. Do you mind coming? He comes over here and goes, okay, I'm down over here. He starts he's doing what I want him to do. you know, but he was good. So the point is, going back to fundamentals, all this stuff when I start telling him Japanese names, if I tell you, hey, let's go to side control this and that. If you can remember Iron Sword, where it's shrinking. All this morning, the first start was shrinking. But all we know is shrinking is only one move, but not great. And I didn't understand the struggle of me trying to frame on your shin, trying to get my ass out, trying to protect my head at the same time. Because none of it made sense. I couldn't connect it. You've done enough to like, yeah, that fucking makes sense. But you're shrimp, you're not gonna be a perfect shrimp. But you're trying to get your knees and elbows together. You're trying to protect yourself. You're trying to get your ass out in east-west time fashion. And if you can, when you start moving a little bit more, if you don't, as somebody's moving and they're on the mountain, I'm moving this way. Try to push them off.
Yeah.
And then when I can do that, depending on what they do, I'm gonna probably just get up and start wrestling. That's probably why I can't on my knees. I'm always wrestling from my knee, and then once I feel comfortable, I'll get myself. So that's what I was showing you that little side guard see.
Yeah.
Which I don't think I have to do. Side control. When I get my side frame or my side guard in. And so instead of you trying to death clinch you, I just want you to kind of sprawl your hips back and bring your left toe. Then your weight's gonna be elevated on your left foot. You bring your knee up a little bit. Bring that right here, almost stand up. And then you can start, as you lift your hips, your chest pressure your knees a little bit here. Now you can move your hips. If I start driving out, all you have to do is just crowd fall in a clockwise motion. And then come back inside control. That's what I try to do. And if there one arm doesn't need it, it's mine.
Yeah, I never learned that. I was like, that's good one.
Yeah, and so see how your elbow is here? You got this great underhook if you want. Or you can go to bicep, tuck my bicep in the right hand, make a form of blocking. Or, I don't want to teach you so much. So, or you can put both hands under on the mat. So this goes in front. I want you to lock your hands in that direction, just right. You're collapsing my elbows right here. And now, you go chest to chest, start flat, your ass up in the air. You can start walking. Get your ass up in the air really high, walk your toes in toward the body. Now you start moving any position, you pin. You pin the shoulder by controlling my elbow. You can do whatever you want. If you want to mount, or if you want to take it back, or whatever you want. So, from this position, you can do whatever you go. So you want around my arms, or you want my shoulders from here, and jump right on here. Yes, you went north. That's this whole damn fighting position. I'm fighting the north-south position.
So we are doing our right from Judah.
Yeah, no, you are doing the Bruce Lee, flowing like water, half of these resistance. Oh, you give me this? True. Give me this? Cool. Oh, wait, can I go over? Can I sweep you? Let me just sit here and let you tie up. Fine. So, yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah, I was digesting the other day. I'm like, what my son?
Yeah.
I got to try to get him because mom did. She did Taekwondo, the national level
It's hard because now my son's not in the classes, he doesn't, it's not that he doesn't want to train with me. He needs to go shoot. They idolize and they demonize and they sympathize is what I think eventually. Yeah, and it's fun. But it's at the point where he's hearing from other instructors essentially telling him his whole life. When you learn how to shoot your air rifle, I will teach you how to learn to shoot. I know how to shoot! Did you have that with the discharge last one? Yes! But you don't fucking know how to shoot. I want to give you a real gun shoot you for it. I'm not gonna do that with a real gun.
I'm very strict, yeah.
I'm like, I fucking heard it. I heard it in your room. I know what that is. He's like,
Oh, man, you know, I went right for 22, and my son, I told him, when you turn 8, we get into the fundamentals of some things, like we build 22, bolt action, and we go from there. And I started,
well, see, because of the way I gauge his aptitude is when we do his homework. He thinks he knows math, and he doesn't do it, and he skips steps. I'm like, no. I'm like, I can't. The way you do little things, the way you do all the things in life, you're not like that. Like, this is how you draw a weapon, this is how you handle it. You put this laser, that's where it's going to shoot on a flag. So I got a laser on my pistol, and I was training pistol. Never flag. The animal, not even as a joke. You know, and he gets it, but he didn't clear his airsoft rifle, and he said, oh, I don't need to fucking pull trigger to clear that.
yeah.
There was one lodge inside.
Yeah, you're not deal army at the clearing.
Yeah. See, he doesn't even know what that is. Like, yeah, pulling the trigger is not part of the clearing procedure, but it's hard to get that through people's head. And it's he's at the point this year. He's gonna disassemble it. I'm like, yeah, I got it all right.
Nice.
Yeah, cool. This is, you know all these parts, but you know where to go. In Northern Angel, I got to print out the layout, and a little sheet you can work on. It doesn't make sense, because he's doing the things all the way.
Yeah.
So anyways, the point is,
22.
yeah.
I'll be honest, it's like, then the choice, so he goes, I mean, he built like the battleship cruiser from Star Wars and 2 million flies. And I'm like, dude, you're like a Lego grandmaster.
I well, I told him too. The thing is not like when I mean I'm a little older, but the thing is when my wife and I grew up, it was blocks, and we had to create it. But now they have these assemblies where if you miss a piece, you're out.
So right, we had also Lego, but they came out with Legos and then they came out with Lego Technics. And it was like that, what came out from me, so you start building space shuttles and like all these different, and that's what, but dude, now it's like, you get Fortnite, Star Wars.
Yeah.
You job it up, I did
Yeah.
basically.
It's a different world to hear him say things like that.
It's gotta be a trick for a 14-year-old, because he's my own boy.
Yeah. I think God all the time. I'm not a Bible thinker since I was raised religious, but I think God made me a older parent as opposed to the kind of parent I would have been in my 20s. I know.
I had no business, I was the boy.
That's what I'm saying. Right now, the other day, I was prepping for a competition, which I didn't get a match. But when I'm in comp mode, I'm like, okay, I go to class. I'm like, there's only so much I can do here. I can't train for it. Like my wife's out of town. I'm like, okay. So, oh, you just told me that. I'm like, this isn't saying. So one day she goes, hey, are you going to open that thing? And my internal monologue is, what? No, I wasn't planning on that. What's up, baby? Well, guys, what about this? Would you like to hang out? No, it's Saturday. You do this thing. I was like, yeah. Well, you got a competition. Because in my mind, one other training session is not going to give me something that's going to put me over the top. I was prepared 2 months ago.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Like, I'm not fighting for money. I'm safe. I'm going to go to work that night. You know what I mean? Or I can spend a day with my wife. And if I say no, then where does she put herself in that hierarchy? No, I can take you home, but this is great. We want some fun. Let me do it.
Yeah.
And I said, just to reiterate, none of my training mattered. This is what we're going to do on that pattern. This is what I want to go for. So I'm encouraging that seed that I fell out there. And the same thing with jiu-jitsu, like, these little seeds that I'm showing you, like, you might know, or you may have been glossed over with other instructors. But I still come out and I'm like, God, shit, man, I
Yeah, usually the mechanics is some of the stuff that I get shown is like actually opposite. You can go right to like, you know, using this to hold up instead of putting this in. You know, because the actual physics and math, math, but yeah, how things work, it seems counterintuitive, and usually it isn't. I get proved wrong, right? And sometimes they're usually, like what I showed you today was very different. Like I showed it was a lot less effort. Unfortunately, I just use the mechanics of my structure.
Yeah, if there's a lot of me also, I'm encouraging you to win. I'm encouraging you to win. So what I tell people in law enforcement, I haven't done too much military in a while, but I was like, I should be a professional user when we're training. You should be progressing throughout the night. 6 months in, I might give you a little business, right? I've had you guys come in, they want to go hard day one. And I'm like, bro, slow down. You're doing good. Like, I don't think any less of you. Like, you're tired, right? We've been going for 10 seconds.
He goes, now you're an ego. You say that in court.
So you guys not hearing it. It's good. I'm on this one. I'm thinking, you got time, right?
Yeah, so I'm driving down the Oregon.
You're good. So when you get that side control, I wanted to show you that knee position. So you get that side control position. And what I'm doing here is if I get this frame or if I don't have this frame, I'm connected with this. And I just want to show you the difference in the I know how you do it. So I'm trying to keep I'm trying to get that little elbow. But if I keep my foot low, you can feel I'm driving into your hip. I'm driving into your hip. The moment I start, and I'll do this little wiggle. So look at my foot. What I'm doing is I'll go from here, and I'll start wiggling. I'm using this elbow frame to allow me to position, and I'm literally, you can see my hip as I'm opening up. I can't rotate my hip as much as most people, you might not be able to do it. But once I make that connection with that kneecap, I'm wiggling. Let's try that. Because that's one point that people will get really good. And I don't want you to hurt your hip socket. I want you to feel that when you're here, this frame is kind of stealthily, but you're wiggling this man back and forth, trying to rotate. So this one, you can't watch my weight. I'm not riding just yet. Yep. That's what you're trying to do. Yeah. That's what I'm not putting it. I just want you to put that. And then you use that position. You use your front and now you're putting your big one extension driving that one. And then you shouldn't need to, but you're using your position. That's what you're doing. That's a little detail that I like to do. I forget. I'm really, again, I'm trying to get it. No one really. Someone here did teach me that. I think it was Cam. Getting that foot up. Like, oh my God, it's so simple.
It's high.
Yeah. That's it, brother. Dude, thank you so much, man. Hope you come in anytime.
Yeah, I gotta take my boy's mom is gone for like the next 12 days. He lives in Medford, so
Yeah.
I gotta drive down and take care of him. I'll be back.
Cool. Yeah. Anytime you can make it, just text. I do start a group text, and like if for some reason for work or for personal, my wife, I might cancel class. But very rarely. I just sit here till like 9:15. No one shows up. And I usually show up right at 9 if I haven't been in the previous class. Today I had to go home, but yeah. Sometimes people come 15 minutes later. You were here. I was like, yeah.
And they're like, you wanna grab a coffee? I was like,
Yeah. Because I don't check in with them.
I figured somebody has to lock the door.
I was here earlier. No, I was here earlier. Yeah, and I was like, I get dressed, like go see family, I go get my truck, I go run errands. That's what I was thinking. I'm trying to hack it. And I couldn't find my keys. I left them in my truck.
You got a big old truck, man.
It's my retirement car.